Hi, I am Professor Diaz Pichardo. This video corresponds to Session 7, Digital Strategy. The objectives of this session are to understand how digital is challenging business strategy, to apply the platform business model map, and to apply the disruptive business model map. Digital challenges business strategy in different ways. This diagram shows the central role of value in the digital revolution. Companies must make value evolve in order to harness customer networks. For them to do so, they must turn data into assets, innovate by rapid experimentation, and build platforms to compete. This new model of competition implies that industries have no clear boundaries anymore. Competitors can come from anywhere and might have different and innovative business models. Companies must keep moving in order to survive, and even if they do so, success is not guaranteed as new competitors from unexpected origins might appear at every moment. In the digital age, data is continuously generated everywhere. The value of data is in connecting it across silos. The challenge for companies is using the overwhelming amount of data to create value. Digital is changing the way companies innovate because more people within the organizations can test alternative solutions. Experiments can be easily conducted, fast and cheap. Companies can learn early and cheaply from failures. Digital transforms competition because it makes boundaries of industries even less clear. The distinction between partners and rivals is complicated. Key assets reside in outside networks. Building platforms to exchange value among multiple stakeholders is the key for competition. Value remains as the core aspect of any business. However, companies must make it evolve instead of just follow the trend. An important dynamic capability is that of judging change by how it could create your next business. Customers must be seen as dynamic networks. Communications are two-way and reciprocal value flows. Instead of pursuing economies of scale that reduce costs for the firm, companies must pursue economies of customer value, intended to increase value for the customers by creating synergies. The value train is a strategy tool that aims to analyze competition and leverage between a firm and its business partners, like rivals and asymmetric competitors. The value train identifies key actors in the creation and delivery of value to the consumer. First, the originator creates the unique value, for instance, a show creator. Then, the producer finishes the product according to the specifications of the originator, for instance, a show producer. Finally, the distributor delivers the product or service to the consumer, for instance, a cable company. The value train allows to analyze changes in the flow of value. In this example, this intermediation occurs because the producer delivers directly the value to the consumer. The distributor is no longer in business. This is a simple use of the value train. But let's return to the basic representation of the value train, starting with the originator, for instance, the owner of a hotel, then the producer, for instance, a hotel operator, and the distributor, for instance, a travel agency. Now, this is a more sophisticated and interesting use of the value train. Look at the asymmetric competitors. We have an alternative originator, an actor that is apparently unrelated to the industry, the owner of a private property available for accommodation. In the diagram, this new originator is represented in a trapezoid shape. We observe also an alternative distributor, this time an electronic distributor, dedicated to offer accommodation in private property. Alternative originator and distributor are identified as asymmetric competitors for the original actors. They can offer competing products and services, but work with a totally different business model. They do not have the same constraints that the traditional actors have, including regulation and cost structures. It is the case of Airbnb and the hotel industry. The next strategy tool is the Platform Business Model Map. It helps analyze the value exchange in a digital business model. The Platform Business Model Map represents the exchange of value a platform enables among different actors. The platform itself is represented by a circle in the center. Sweeteners are represented by rectangles and are actors that attract payers. Payers are represented by diamonds. Peaks represent the number of groups of actors each helps attract. In black, we write the value passed through the platform. Within parentheses, and in green, we write the value exchange provided by or to the platform. Monetary value is shown in boldface. This diagram presents the case of Facebook. Note that the diamond of users is double-lined. It means these actors are the most important ones in the platform business model, as they attract the other actors in the model. It is the linchpin or unifying element. The main purpose of the Platform Business Model Map is to identify the actors connected to the platform and analyze the value exchange among them. Sustained competitive advantages are achieved when this exchange of value cannot be easily replicated by current or potential competitors. Another strategy tool that is useful in digital strategies is the Disruptive Business Model Map. It aims to assess the threats that a new business model represents for an incumbent company in a given industry. In this map, we analyze how the challenger adds value to the customer in comparison to how the incumbent does. It implies to compare both business models in terms of customer value. Disruption comes when the challenger is able to radically displace value and the incumbent cannot imitate the customer value benefits.